we have a common focus, which we developed in Tokyo, which says creating a new civilization. Here every word is important. Creating, because it's something that we need to do, something that we can do. New, because it's not the one that we have now. And it's civilization, because it's not just business, it's not just politics, it's not just ecology, it's the whole thing. It's the way our humanity lives on this planet.
Somewhere in southern Switzerland, there's a small town named Arosa, which is known as one of the world's most desirable holiday and ski resorts. Arosa is every skier's dream. It provides all the most modern facilities and attracts thousands of skiers and visitors every year. But in 2004, Arosa changed its vocation by becoming the meeting place of the World Spirit Forum. The second meeting of the World Spirit Forum took place on January 22, 2006. On this occasion, members of the World Wisdom Council were among its guests. Renowned scientists, philosophers, and spiritual leaders from around the world are making their way to Arosa. They're gathering, while at the same time on the other side of the mountain, another convention is taking place in Davos. Their feelings are razor sharp. In this gathering, it is clear that the fate of the world is at stake.
Yes, but how do we come to it?
By doing the inner work.
I'm hoping that it is able to bring together some ideas around spirit that opens up the possibilities that spirituality can be something that we all attach ourselves to.
Only if we all get together and take action, no matter how small it may seem, only then can we expect a surge of positive hope, which hopefully is in time to stop the continuing downward trend.
It's important not only to talk about this, what is important is to try to build programs and concrete programs to develop them.
I've come here with an open mind and an open heart. I know I'm in the right place, and I'm just very much looking forward to the next few days.
Trying to envision the best possible future for humanity and looking at how we can take steps toward that and how we can encourage people in all walks of life, in all kinds of organizations, to come to the notion of true global family and implementing the kind of world we really all dream of.
Our lives of isolation are over, and we must be able to understand how to engage with our brothers and sisters all over the world, moving toward a period of spiritual resonance and solidarity in our one human family.
So my sense is that if an increasing number of people take that challenge absolutely seriously, not just survival, but also flourishing, then we have a fighting chance.
And my highest hope for Arosa is that we will be able to model and live that and actually experience a resonant connection amongst ourselves as we reach out to build networks that can bring people together around the planet at all levels, from the grassroots to the leadership, to connect in this new spirit of bringing forth a global civilization.
After a journey from Zurich on the famous Orient Express, the Congress begins.
Very, very warm welcome here in Arosa. It's nice to be back for the third time. 3 days. We will not be here together all the time, but I think now we would like to start with the start ceremony.
The participants get straight to the point for which they've gathered. They begin their discussions.
Dr. Goodall, can you open for us this session, please?
There are two reasons I'm very glad that you asked me to do this. First of all, because in so many meetings like this, the voice of the animals is forgotten. And we talk about them as part of the environment, but we forget that they're individual beings with lives of their own. Leave it for now. So we can imagine we're in the forest. I think in the forest I found that which has been described as the peace beyond all understanding. And if we are to feel peace in the world today, it is beyond our human understanding, and that is the peace we must aim for to carry within us.
I know all about peace because I never had war. If you really want to know what peace looks like, come to me, I can tell you.
All attention is now tightly focused on the suggestions being offered. Trying not to miss a single word, the room becomes engulfed in a solemn thoughtfulness, and the participants are united by a feeling of shared responsibility.
My learned brothers and sisters, I want to remind us we are in a race against time. We are the first generation that has to choose whether to be the last generation. What I keep reminding people about, nuclear weapons, that they are on launch on warning, hair trigger alert, instruments of destruction beyond imagination. Not 6 million people, 6 billion people at risk as we speak. 23 minutes from all of them going off is true. We cannot have the luxury of allowing our analysis to be derogated to the realm of aesthetics. Our analysis has to have multiple powerful capacities. One, it has to awaken people internally to the mystery of the human birth, the mystery, the humility before the unnameable.
To me, it's like there's a lot of boats sailing in the ocean and trying to navigate which way to go, which direction to take. And I feel that the World Wisdom Council is primarily to act as a lighthouse and send forth light to all the boats and become the guiding post and throw light and emanate light so that these boats know where to gravitate to.
I want to share a personal feeling and experience which is very stimulating and elevating to myself, which is rooted in a classical Chinese text called the Doctrine of the Mean. Only those who are the most sincere, authentic, real, and true can fully realize themselves. If they can fully realize themselves, they can then fully realize the nature of being human. If they can fully realize the nature of being human, then they can take part in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth. If they can take part in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth, then they can form a trinity with heaven and earth.
The most wonderful thing about being a human is that each of us has an absolutely unique point of perspective on the entire universe. And from our perspective and our knowledge and our values and our feelings, we create our realities, and we do it all together. But we can also move that point of perspective away from our bodies, which is really startling when you think about it. And so I would say, when you get depressed by what you read in the newspapers, when you think it's really getting hopeless, just lift that point of perspective up a little higher and look down on the human drama and discern through your critical faculties what's going on without judging it. Just discern, what is this human drama about right now, and what role can I best play in it?
Our true purpose in life is God realization. Know the reality of who you are. You are a perfect child of God, immortal, eternal, and already in God's light.
Some of the things that are on the table at the World Economic Forum this year are a stench in the nostrils of God. Friday, topic for discussion. The melting Arctic ice cap could unlock the potentially vast petroleum resources that lie beneath. They are planning to profiteer off of the destruction that is coming.
And this is our problem on the globe. There is no neighbor outside the earth giving us trouble, but there's also nobody to help us. So if we do it wrong, afterwards we have to live with this. This is the collapse issue.
We think we want money, power, and honor, all kinds of desires. Basically, what we want is to look good in the eyes of society. And that's what makes a person feel like a person. So if we change the social values toward giving, then people will just have to change their behavior. If we artificially change social values so that society will appreciate a person only according to what he or she gives, then people will be ashamed of being egoists and will kind of be coerced to give to society. And if my kids appreciate me according to how much I give to society, if my kids and co-workers and everything and everywhere will only appreciate me according to what I give to society, then I will not have a choice. I will have to contribute. I will have to be a giver. I think that our first step should be constructing a permanently ongoing center that will deal with everything that has to do with building our message and portraying it or presenting it to the world.
The world is at risk. To change it needs a fundamental transformation. The fundamental transformation depends crucially on the evolution of our consciousness, and that has to spread.
In order to create a new civilization, the key point is to increase the awakened people.
Who is the talent who has that well in mind and heart to mold it all together?
Now, if you think that it can be changed, then you are really, then with the Davos, then you're with the Economic Forum, who think that this is human nature. You must compete, and the winner takes all.
I believe very much in the 10-year or less than 10-year time frame to make this major shift. We're in the crisis now. We have to act quickly.
That we come here with the expectation that following up Tokyo, we are going to move to the level of practice, doing something.
Back to the focus.
Why don't we study first the real situation?
Academy. Who is holding the
Number 3.
Prevention and what is important here you have here.
Okay, then we have the date, the 21st of September.
Yes. Try to get a global holiday.
Security and law as a category for the Academy, and the other category of insight and ethics.
Okay, so it seems that we reached the number 9, Wisdom and Action projects.
We are at crossroads, and it's not going to be decided by fate. It's not a destiny. We are at a point where the future of humanity is going to be decided by how people think about it today, and how they behave. Awareness, awakening, these are the key terms. We have a chance to change. One thing we have to recognize is that to change is no longer a question whether or not. Change is coming. The only question is whether it's coming unexpectedly and abruptly on us so that we can't do much about it, we become victim of it, or whether we can anticipate it, create those major changes that will bring about a better future. And that is the unprecedented task of the generation now living. Before, it used to be many generations who could adapt and anticipate and hope to work out a kind of life that they wish. Today, it has to be done within the space of a single generation.
All this, then, is for the sake of the future generation. They will have to continue what the founders have started. In Arosa, they discuss the implementation of concrete projects, and the members of the World Wisdom Council will convene again in Toronto to continue to unite the world towards a change for the sake of the new generation.